Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, I have like sound going from everywhere. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's week is going well. And before we get started, I wanted to apologize for having to cancel Monday's show. I had jury duty, and so I wasn't able to make it. And I think I might be one of the very few people in this world that was so excited to have jury duty. I was. And then I am very sad that they settled it. So I didn't get to do the full whole jury thing. And I'm a little disappointed. So now my question is, do they have a way that I can send them a message and say, hey, I really want to do it. Can you call me again? I don't know if that's a thing or if that'll make them think, okay, this girl's really crazy. So I just want to say I apologize for missing. We did reschedule Monday's episode to tomorrow, and we will have on the mom of a missing veteran tomorrow. So I hope that you're all able to join us. And like I said, I apologize for needing to reschedule, but I was trying to do my civic duty, which I was excited about. Oh, yeah, I guess I should say, I am Terry True Crime. Welcome to another episode of Midday Missing, where we shine a light on current missing person cases that deserve more attention. Now, TCWT Media brings you a wide range of true crime and non true crime content, and we are dedicated to bringing you compelling content in a safe and supportive community. Now, under the TCWT Media umbrella, currently we produce True Crime and Wine Time, which is our flagship podcast, The Hey Ho Show, The Investigation into the Disappearance of Chase Lackey, Night Court, The Transcripts, Women on Death Row, Dearest Mother's Darkest Secrets, and of course, Midday Missing. But guys, you are going to want to stay tuned because we have several new shows coming out in the new year with some maybe new hosts for these shows. So you definitely want to stay in touch with what's going on with us. We do stream live several days a week. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is completely free. That way, you don't miss out on any updates or live shows. You can also hit the little notification button so that it'll notify you. Now, for those of you who want more content, exclusive content, or want to help support the show, you can also become a channel member by hitting the join button on our YouTube channel. You will get early access to certain shows. You will have special badges and emojis for live shows to chat. Also, like I said, there is exclusive content for our channel members. So if you want more craziness, or more true crime and want to support us, go ahead and join. Also, I want to let you know that we will be having our 1,000 subscriber party on December 16th, and we have a lot of surprises and craziness in store for you. So be sure to join us. And if you have any burning questions for me or JT, please email them to me at Terry at True. I guess I should rephrase that. Terry at tcwtmedia.com. We will answer the questions live on air. And guys, here's the scary thing. No questions will be rejected. Okay, unless they're rude and just downright inappropriate. You can ask JT and I any of your most embarrassing questions, things that you want to know about us. So definitely email them to us. Now, today we are going to talk about Adam Castillo. It's a case of a young man who vanished one September night in 2008 in Kansas Settlement, Arizona. And today we have Adam's sister on, Eden, to share Adam's story with us. So I would like to ask you all to welcome Eden to the show. Hi, Eden. Uh-oh, I think you're muted.
Hello.
There you are. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure this can't be easy and it's a little nerve-wracking. So I appreciate it because having a family member, loved one come on makes the story so much better than me just telling people about the story. Because one of the things I've learned is that when people can connect a face or personal stories to a missing person case, they become more invested
Mhm.
and helps get the word out there. So thank you again so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, before we get started, before we talk about Adam and how he's missing, I want you to tell us a little bit about Adam and what was he like growing up and some of your favorite memories about him.
Um, he was a good kid. He was very kind-hearted. He would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. He loves to skateboard, and growing up, as a sibling, he would always, be looking out for one another, and then we'd always be fighting and stuff.
Now, how many siblings are there?
Six total.
6 total.
I'm the
So,
big.
and where is Adam in that mix? I
Um,
forgot.
it's okay. So there was John, Daniel, Adam, and then those were the three boys, and then she had three girls, and it was Cassandra, Ariana, and me.
Oh, so are you the youngest?
I am.
Okay, you're the baby of the family, kind of like me. Now, what do you have a favorite memory of Adam besides him being a bossy big brother?
I know. Um, One day we were like fighting really hard and outside in the front, and I was really upset. And he came out and he's like, I love you, sister. And I was like, I love you too. And then low key chasing and fighting with him. I missed that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Now, on the night that Adam disappeared, I know I talked to you and your sister, and initially y'all were going to go to a party. You tried to get Adam to go. Tell us a little bit about that night and what was going on and why you tried to get him to go to this party and kind of what happened.
um, so Adam just recently broke up with his girlfriend, and so we were just trying to make him happy and get it off his mind. And we were like, hey, there's a party, do you want to go? And all of his friends knew about it, all of us knew about it. And his friend was able to come and pick him up, but that car was full. It was so full with a bunch of dudes. So me and Adiana were like, no, you guys could go. My friend was supposed to pick me up, so my friend Alicia, and but she never, none of us had phones. I think I had a home phone, um, but nobody called or showed up. So me and Ariana ended up staying. So, but before that, um, Daniel, I mean, Adam was saying to my mother, "Okay, mom, I'll be back. I'll see you later. Love you." And he'd always say that before he'd leave because we didn't always have a phone, and that was one way of saying I'll be back.
I love that. Now, so he went to the party with friends, and I know he left his phone behind because, as I think I told you, I think we all forget that we used to do prepaid minutes. We didn't have unlimited text or unlimited calls, so he left it at home.
He did.
When did you realize that he left his phone and his wallet behind?
Um, I mean, we saw him right before he left, so we knew he didn't take anything. He just left with whatever he was wearing and a Mickey's, I think it was a 30 or 40 ounce of Mickey's beer, and and his phone didn't have minutes, so he just left it. So
Makes sense to me. It's just something extra to carry, right? If you can't
yeah.
use it.
Hmm.
Now, when his friends arrived to pick him up, did anything seem off with Adam? Was he in a good mood, excited to go to the party? How was he?
Um, Nothing was off about the interaction. Just the car was full, so we didn't go.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned that you later that evening that you contacted one of Adam's friends later that night. Can you share a little bit about that conversation and what that friend told you?
Um, oh, that was my older sister, and I do remember her saying that he called and said that he had to leave because he was in trouble with his mother. So his mom went and picked him up and just left the rest there. The rest.
Okay, so left Adam and the other friends there. Right.
Yep.
Now, Adam didn't come home that night. And the next morning, one of the friends arrived at the house with burns on their face. Can you tell us a little bit about when that friend showed up at the house and what happened?
Yes, it was like kind of early in the morning. It was, I'd say, about like 11. Um, and it was Gary, and I don't remember who was driving. And I was in a car, and he pulled up, and my sister walked outside, and then shortly after, I walked right out because we were all like, "Where's Adam?" And we knew he went with him. So we went out there, and we see Gary, and he has like a burns on his face, and he looks like really messed up. And he's like, "Have you seen Adam?" And we're like, "No, he was with you." And he's like, "Well, if you see him, can you tell him thank you, because I think he saved my life."
Okay, what was your reaction when he said that? Because I know what my reaction was when you told me. Uh, what was your reaction to that?
I was like shocked, a little mad, like, what the hell? What do you mean he left with you? Like, yeah, that was my.
Now, just so people aren't wondering, I'll either let you tell or I can tell you told me that this friend, something happened at this party and he either fell or was pushed into the fire like a bonfire. And Adam, being the type of person he was, stepped in and helped him, right?
Yeah, that's what we think happened because the burns on his face, and um I'm sorry, I had like a um and he also said that he called somebody or something to pick him up. I don't know, I think it was his friend, because Gary said he woke up still at the loop, um like next to the bonfire, without his shoes, and just burnt. And
So he had a rough night.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So when did you and the family realize that Adam was missing?
That morning, because he would have showed up. He would have told somebody. He would have called somebody. He he would have showed up or called somebody and contacted us. He always did. He always did.
Now, what did you and your family do at that time? Did y'all like start calling everybody, go out look for him, call the
Um,
police?
we called the police, and they said they couldn't report it until 48 hours, and then uh,
Whoa, 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 wait. They said 48 hours?
was it 48? I don't remember. What is it? What
Oh,
is the hours to where you can't report a person missing until a certain amount of hours?
yeah. I'm still in shock that some cities and states still do that. I
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that.
yeah, that's what they told us. So we waited, and then we called it back in because he didn't show up. And my father and my sister um, actually went to the loop. They drove to the loop, and they didn't find much. Just, the smoldering fire, and my brother's Mickey that he left with, his Mickey's beer bottle, and it was still half full, and that would like rose a red flag, like he would have finished that, and why is it still there? This
Yeah.
look good. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there have been various theories about Adam's disappearance. I found so many crazy things online, from rumors about drug disputes to the possibility of foul play. What theories do you and the family believe? are more likely to be true. Because the drug dispute, if I was correct, was not his drug dispute, but maybe somebody else's, and he
Yeah.
just was a bystander.
Hmm. Well, we heard that there was some drugs there and that Gary um, knocked into it, or my brother knocked into it, and they got upset, and then from there it went bad. Or, and then I heard that he left with a girl, but if he left with a girl, he would have came home. Um, and then the other one was, yeah, that he was sticking up for Gary, and that when Gary got thrown in the fire, probably Adam stuck up for him, and he went in with the wrong people, or they were just unreasonably mad and made a horrible decision to take a life.
Yeah. Now, has anybody come forward, like a girl, and say, "Yeah, I left with him," or has any friends come forward or anybody to say, "Oh, I saw him after that"? Has there been anything like that?
Mm-mm. No, it was just the hearsay of those stories.
Now, I read that there was a police conducted a raid in 2009. Can you tell us anything about that?
Um, See, I didn't have too much information on that because I think they told my mother about that, but me and my
Okay.
sister didn't know much about it.
Okay. No, that's fine. Now, can you share with us how Adam's disappearance has impacted you and the family?
Um, it's just, we've come to like, almost despair of like, and we're all, sad, we're stressed out. The lack of closure is just impacting all of us.
And you have a little one. Um, so Adam never got to meet your little one, right?
No.
No. My heart just hurts for you and the family. And I try to tell people it's not just the person who's missing that's impacted, it is the family that's left behind. I mean, it changes everything about your life. Now, what has the community's response been like in the wake of Adam's disappearance? Have they supported y'all? Have they come out for you guys? Or is it just kind of not talked about?
I feel like the community just doesn't talk about it much, but some friends and like close friends and family have um come over and gave us baked goods and just um made us mentally feel like we're not alone and they care.
Has there been any searches done?
Yes,
Okay.
it was sad there for a while because um I'm glad they were on it and going through um that whole area, but they came to our house with like people's like uh sorry.
No, take your time. It's hard, I know.
They came over to our house with like people's belongings like in
Yeah,
back, and it's just sad because I was like, how many other people did they find? But I was like, yep, that's not my brother's stuff, but it's just sad to see other people they found.
right. And I can only imagine that at one side of you is like, "Oh, thank goodness that's not my brother's stuff." But then on the other hand, it's like, "Oh my god, but that's somebody's
Hmm.
kid stuff."
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I can only imagine what that would feel like. That would be so hard.
Hmm.
Um, Now, do you believe people out there know what happened to Adam?
um oh yeah, I believe some people do know, but they're probably too scared to say anything. um but yeah, I mean, time has gone by, so they shouldn't be afraid of anything anymore. Like, they should think of it like, what if it was their child or their sibling, or something like.
Mhm.
And it's been so many years, so I mean,
Right.
they should.
Yeah. And I want to reiterate to everybody, if somebody is watching this and seeing this and you know something about Adam and you don't want to get yourself in trouble, you don't want anything to come back on you, you can submit tips to fbi.gov/tips anonymously. If you're worried that they'll try to track your IP address, use an incognito browser to make you feel more safe. Go to a library, use their computer and do it for free. There is a way to get the information out there. So I just, want to say to those people, just do the right thing because it's horrible to keep doing this to this family after all of these years. It's just, to me, I think they should be held accountable for not telling. So at least go tell and do the right thing.
Hmm.
Now, what keeps you hopeful even after all these years?
um I just I try not to be sad because he wouldn't want me to be sad, and then also I just leave it up to God. And I there was a point in time where I was like, ooh, if I could, I would do something, but then I'm like, no, that's not my place to. You know,
Right.
there's a higher power, and their judgment day will come, so
Mhm.
it to him.
I I agree with you. I mean, and I also say that there is no secrets kept. Somebody's told somebody. So
Oh yeah.
tell on them. I
Hmm.
mean, just do the right thing.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to give a shout out for people that follow missing person cases or true crime. Sarah Turney is very well known. I had the luxury of meeting her this last year, and I was floored and just so proud when you shared with me yesterday that she actually put up billboards for your brother and paid for those. And I just want to give kudos. I have goosebumps because she is an amazing advocate for missing persons. And she herself is living the same thing you're living, not knowing. Her case is a little bit different since I'll go out on a limb and say I agree with her. I think her dad is way guilty.
Hmm.
And so I don't have a problem saying that. So her case is definitely different. But I want to know, how did that make you and the family feel that somebody did that for you guys?
Oh, we were so grateful. I was like, hopefully somebody sees this that knows something, and calls, because I mean, it's huge and people drive by it every day, and that's exactly where you know that area is. So
Yeah.
very grateful for her.
Now, I know we keep saying the loop. A lot of people may not know what that is. I only know because I lived by something similar my short time in New Mexico. Could you tell us what the loop is?
It's like an area, if you drive like towards Kansas Settlement and you turn like right, it's a little area that's just deserted, and you could see people like do um donuts, and it's just like all worn out and dug out, and you could
So,
see.
like a gravel pit
Yeah.
area?
Hmm.
Yeah. We had those when I lived in Hobbs, New Mexico, and we would all go down there and you could play your music as loud as you wanted because there wasn't houses, you weren't disturbing anybody. You
Yeah.
could have a bonfire. You could do things that you probably didn't want your parents knowing you were doing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you want to share about Adam or his case that you think isn't out there enough or needs to be said more?
um No, basically just repeating what you said. Um, you could, you know, um, give any little piece of evidence, and
Mhm.
you could tell it confidentially, so you shouldn't be scared.
Yeah. I mean, we've even told people before, go set up a fake Gmail account. And if you want to email one of us here at the show, send it to us. And I will be more than happy to go online and put the information in for you if you're worried they're going to track you. The main thing is that they need to understand people are suffering and that you guys deserve the respect and the right to know what happened because somebody knows. Because after talking to you and then talking to you and your sister, I don't think anyone in the family believes that Adam walked away on his own,
Oh no, definitely not.
that he just wouldn't do that because it sounds like y'all were pretty close knit family.
Oh yeah, we were really close. um, we didn't have much TV, and we would just be like outside, always hanging out with each other, fighting with each other, and talking to each other, making each other laugh, and just this big family.
Well, I mean, and that's the good thing. I personally think we watch TV too much nowadays, and all of the kids need to be outside a little bit more. Um, so, not a bad thing. Now, what do you think Adam would say to you about you still trying to keep the word out there and trying to find him?
Probably like proud. My mom said she was proud of me.
I I think he would probably be beyond proud. I'm not even sure proud would be the right word because doing this for as long as I have to tell you, I am learning families and people like you, the strength that y'all have to keep doing this encourages me. When I'm having a bad day or something's going wrong, I literally will stop and think about what y'all are going through, and you're still trying to live your life and move forward. So I think he would be beyond proud of you. And now I'm getting all teary eyed because um, being the youngest sister, I think it's amazing what you're doing. And I want to ask everybody if you have any information about the disappearance of Adam Castillo, please contact, and I hope I'm going to say this right. Is it Cochise?
Coaches.
Hey, I said a word right. Everybody, Terry gets a gold star today. Their sheriff's office at 520-803-3280. Because as we say all the time, any little piece of information, the police could just be sitting there. We hear it all the time. We've got all of this evidence. We just need one more piece. We just need one more thing. So don't think that it is too small. Okay, people, please call in. And if you're wanting to stay anonymous, please go to the FBI.gov/tips and leave the information there. And we're also going to ask everybody, like we always do, please share Adam's Missing Person flyer. It will be posted on all of our social media channels. Let's get the word out there, and maybe it'll start making people who have information think, because if they can't hide from it and they see it on social media everywhere, it's got to start bothering their conscience, I would hope, right? If the person's face is just constantly there, if they have an ounce of a conscience, it'll start getting to them.
Yes.
So now, do y'all have any searches or anything planned in the future that we can share with anyone?
Um, Nothing right now. Yeah, nothing right now. The last thing was what Sarah Turney did for us. That was
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I can't imagine it's easy, but I do want to thank you. And I want to say you're doing a great job by keeping the word out there. We will continue to do what we can just to get the word out. And if there's ever anything you need, you can reach out to us. But I do thank you for taking time to come on with this today.
and thank you for having me.
No. And to everybody else, I want to thank you for joining us today and want to remind you to please share Adam's missing person flyer everywhere you can on social media. Feel free to put it in groups, that you're a part of. So please, let's get the word out there. And remember, tomorrow we will be on again, which is an unusual date for us to redo the Monday episode that we were not able to do. Also, you can join our Facebook group, follow us on all social media channels to stay connected, and also be a part of the conversation. And remember, you can catch all of our shows right here on our YouTube channel and listen to our podcast on your favorite platform. We have started releasing Midday Missing out on our True Crime and Wine Time link for the podcast apps. Guys, I have to tell you, we just got a notification today that we made the top 12 indie true crime podcast list on Good Pods, and it's all because of Midday Missing. And we put Midday Missing out there not to increase viewership or anything. We did it because we want to get these stories out. The only way these people can be found is by everybody knowing about the cases and not letting them be forgotten. So please be sure to keep sharing everything. And Eden, our hearts and thoughts are with you. And I would like to ask everybody, until next time, guys, please stay safe, watch out for crime, and let me remind you the holidays are upon us. Please be extra safe and remember, love your loved ones, give them hugs. The holidays are difficult times. You want to throttle your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your moms. They start getting on your nerves. But as Eden shared with us, you will miss them if they're not there. So, whoops, I just ripped out my thing. So, please be sure to do that. Also, enjoy your wine time, but do not overindulge. And we will not be on next week. We will be back after that. So, thank you, everybody. And I will see you all tomorrow. And thank you again, Eden.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.